And then look at God's response. It says, your name, God is telling, Moses is telling God, remember your promise. So if you disappoint these people, if you kill them, it's your name. It's your name that's at stake. You are the one that said, that gave the promise to them. Then the Egyptians, what would they say? The Egyptians are going to say that it is with evil intent that you brought these people out. You brought them out with evil intent, and you could not bring them to the promised land. You consumed them in the mountains. So what is the strategy here? Let me, sorry, I'm going to use this word. It's almost like he's trying to blackmail God. So he's telling God, it's your word, it's your promise. It's you that brought these people out with a great power and with a mighty hand. I'm reading the what I'm reading. You brought them out of Egypt with great power and with a mighty hand. You brought them out. So why should the Egyptians start saying, oh, it's with evil intent that he brought them out, to kill them in the mountains, to wipe them off the face of the earth? Please turn from your anger. Relent. Do not bring disaster on your people. Remember your servants. You swore to them. You swore to Abraham. By your own self, you told him that his descendants will be as numerous as the stars. So if you destroy these people, how will your word come to pass? You said that this land will be their inheritance forever. That we have not even reached the land. We have not gotten to the promised land. Then, look at what God's response is in verse 14. So, Sister Mercy, please read that for us.
Then the Lord relented and did not bring on his people the disaster he had threatened.
Right. So he didn't bring the disaster. God relented. God restrained himself. God restrained his anger. But instead of destroying the whole people, you know what he did? God, through Moses, appoints the sons of Levi and said, go. And who is on Lord's side? Only the Levites came. And they said, okay, you go into the people and kill. Just kill all the idolatrous people. All the people who are in the act of their idolatry. And guess how many people were killed? 3,000 men. I want you to see this in the scripture. Just see what I'm reading. Sorry, I'm going fast, but can you read verse 25, please?
Moses saw that the people were running wild and that Aaron had let them get out of control and so become a laughing stock to their enemies. So he stood at the entrance to the camp and said, whoever is for the Lord, come to me. And all the Levites rallied to him. Then he said to them, this what the Lord, the God of Israel, says, each man strap a sword to his side. Go back and forth through the camp from one end to the other, each killing his brother and friend and neighbor. The Levites did as Moses commanded, and that day about 3,000 of the people died. You want me to carry on?
Yes, yes,
Then,
go on.
then Moses said, "You have been set apart to the Lord today, for you were against your own sons and brothers, and he has blessed you this day."
Okay. So the passage we've just read, some of you, you might find this a bit difficult, but the thing is this: the Israelites will probably have been at least 1 million of them. But that day, instead of God wiping out 1 million people, 3,000 people were killed. And tell you the truth, for want of a better word, that had to happen. It just had to happen because at that time, Moses did not understand anything about um, atonement. Yes, he didn't understand anything about atonement, you know. Um, so this had to happen. And God, instead of killing 1 million people, it was 3,000 men that were killed. Now, in today, the New Testament, that would not happen because Christ is already an atonement for us. So there's nothing that has the power to bring down God's wrath upon us or even members of our families, because the wrath of God has already been discharged in the body of his son Jesus Christ. I hope you understand. There is a difference between the Old Testament and the New Testament, but they're fundamentally the same principle. So today, yes, in the Old Testament, 3,000 men had to die. They just had to die. There was no other form of atonement for their wrong. But today, God's Son has already died for us. So don't be afraid that, any member of your family will die because they went into rebellion, or they went into idolatry, or they went into very horrible, heinous sins against God. No, 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 no. None of them needs to die because Christ has died in their stead. Right. So after this incidents, God resumes his agenda of sending the Israelites to the promised land. So you see that in verse 34. Okay, let's go to verse 34. Okay. The Lord replied to Moses, "Whoever has sinned against me, I will blot out of my book. Now go, lead the people." In other words, okay, this matter is sorted out too, but these people should know that anyone who sins against me will be blotted out of my book. Now, verse 34, "Go, lead the people to the place I spoke of, and my angel will go before you. However, when the time comes for me to punish, I will punish them for their sin." So God is saying, okay, let's get on with the business. Our business, the business at hand, is to lead you all to the promised land. All right, no problem. But the issue now is that my presence can't really go with you. But I will send an angel to go with you. Church, listen. Moses was not satisfied with that. Moses will not be satisfied with an unknown angel. So in verse 15 of Exodus 33, Moses is saying, look, God, if your presence will not go with me, do not carry me or carry us up from here. Let me show that to you. I'm taking time. I know you all know this thing, but I'm taking time to go through the whole process. So we are moving from Exodus 32. We've jumped to Exodus 33. So Moses is telling God, if your presence does not go with us, do not send us up from here. Please don't. Now, Church, listen carefully. Let me remove this. I want to say something. Listen. You see, the request that Moses had just made, it's an astonishing request. Why? God has said in Exodus 33, verse 3, I will not go up among you, lest I consume you in the way, for you are a stiff-necked people. Those are the words of God. God says, I will not go up among you. No, it's not possible. I just cannot. If I do, you will be consumed because there is so much stiff-neckedness. Let me screen it for you. Sister Mercy, read it for us, please. Verse 3.
Go up to the land flowing with milk and honey, but I will not go with you, because you are a stiff-necked people, and I might destroy you on the way.
Right. So, all of you on the platform, do I have your attention? Do I have your attention at this moment?
Yes, sir.
Brilliant. Now, did you hear what God said? I will not go up with you. What's the reason? I will consume you because you are a stiff-necked people. My holiness will not be able to stand against you. So, from my wisdom, the best thing is you just go. I'll send you an angel. The angel will protect you quite all right, but you will not have the privilege of my saving glorious presence. That's for your own sake. It's for your good. So, and it's not possible for the holiness of divinity to mingle with such stiff-necked, iniquitous nation. It doesn't work that way. In other words, God is just simply saying, you be there, I'll be there. But there'll be an angel that will go with you. If I go with you, I will wipe you out along the way. Now, you think about it. Moses says, no, no, no. If you will not go with them, I'm not going. Moses, I'm not going. You can go as you want, but I'm not going. Church, listen to me. Moses is thinking of something unthinkable. Moses is proposing something that is unthinkable. Something that is not feasible. Something that many people will consider a spiritual impossibility. Moses is trying to propose for something that is even unspeakable. A holy God will have such magnanimity and mercy upon a stiff-necked people that he will not only go up with them to the promised land, but also, as I'll soon show you in 33 verse 16, that God will make them distinct among all the peoples of the earth. Let's read. Sister Mercy, please read for us from verse 15.
Verse 15. Then Moses said to him, if your presence does not go with us, do not send us up from here. How will anyone know that you are pleased with me and with your people unless you go with us? What else will distinguish, is that right?
Yeah.
Me me and your people from all the other people on the earth, face of the earth.
Okay,
And
stop,
the
stop. Okay, stop, stop. Thank you. So, church, listen to me. This request is unthinkable. It is spiritually almost impossible. In fact, it shouldn't be spoken. He's holding out for something that is unspeakable. How can a holy God, thrice holy God, condescend to the point of enveloping a stiff-necked people with his holy presence? Not just to take them to the promised land, but he's asking, please make them distinct among all the peoples of the earth. Meanwhile, this might be the most stiff-necked people on the earth. Think. You just think. You just think. For one, think. What is it that you think is impossible, and so therefore you're not even bothering to ask God? You're not even anticipating it. You're not even expecting it. You've resigned yourself to fate. You've resigned yourself to, oh, this is my luck. This is my destiny. No, 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 no. No, 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 don't. Moses is asking for something unthinkable. A people God has judged as stiff-necked. Moses saying, let your presence be with us and go with us and make us the most distinct among all the peoples of the earth. Karaba, Peria Kataria. Can I give you a couple of minutes to pray a prayer like this for every member of your family, your children, and your spouse? If your parents are alive, you also pray for them. You know the prayer? Let your saving presence envelop every member of my family. You know, thank God, we know we have the Spirit of Christ inside of us. But this prayer I'm praying, and I want you to pray, is the active, manifest presence of Christ in us. In other words, the Christ that is inside of us, let him be, let him manifest. Let him come alive out of us, out of the veneer of our humanity and our mortality. And let him begin to manifest and express and demonstrate the fullness of his excellencies, to the point that wherever you are, whatever space you or any member of your family is, you begin to manifest as distinct amongst everybody in your sphere. Oh, Pastor Robert, you're speaking too much English, please. My own is, I just want healing. Just heal me. My own is just, no. Healing is just a part of it. When God begins to make you as distinct amongst all the peoples of the earth, you will not be part of the plagues of the world. You will not be part of the famine of the world. You will not be part of the victims, the people that fall victims to terrorism, to all the evils that befall the world in this time. And honestly speaking, it's a good prayer to pray. Trust me. So you want to pray this prayer like Moses, for yourself, for your spouse, for your children, for your parents, and for your siblings. Satan might be telling you, these people are too stubborn. You have spoken to them. They're so stiff-necked. They've forgotten God. Some of them are rebelling. Not a problem. Not a problem. Just follow Moses' templates. Moses is asking for something impossible. Moses is listen to me, church. Spiritually, according to celestial legislation, the understanding and the doctrine of heaven, it is not possible for this holy, 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 holy God to come and be in the midst of a stiff-necked people. Even angels will, if angels are hearing this request, they will say, Moses, you have no clue what you're asking about. But Moses still goes ahead very insistently, very adamantly, very vehemently. He's so determined and desperate in his, and without apologies. He has no fears. He has no inhibitions. He's just speaking it. This is what I want. I don't know how it's going to happen, but this is what I want.